All right, now we're back. Anyways, what I was explaining is that there's all these bullish order blocks, right? You have a border bullish block down here. You have the bullish order block around 952, right? And then you have another bullish order block around 989. And then you have another bullish order, and they keep getting mitigated, right? So it means it'll go up, right? Come back down into that bullish order block, and then it'll keep going up, and then get mitigated, and then it'll come back down into it, get mitigated, right? So now we have this one, right? This bullish order block here, and we're trying to see if it's going to get mitigated or not. Why is this thing telling me this as it's going live? Anyway, so now we have this order block somewhere around 1033, which happens to be right around the same time, or right around the same price level as the full 100 extension, right? It has gotten below this spike here, right? So it's taken out all this liquidity here. And what I'm thinking is that if it is going to get to its lowest point, is going to be about somewhere in between 1034 and 1027, right? I think that is going to be the area to where it is going to get before it has its final moment. And I think it's tricking people into thinking that it's going to keep going long, or it might go long. The thing is that when it goes long, it's going to go long, right? It's just going to take off and go. It's not going to wait around and do all this and then eventually, meander up. It's going to boom and then take off is what's going to happen. So that's what I'm waiting on. I'm waiting on for it to come all the way down into this area here and see if it is going to hit this area, which I think it will. About $100 shorter than what I thought we're going to enter into in the first place. So but we're still watching it. We're seeing what's going to happen. I could just put a buy in and just wait for it to hit 1027 and lose, possibly be in the red about $40, but I don't want to do that. I want to wait until it gets down into the perfect moment and get that trade. As you can see, I'm smoking like a chimney because I'm paranoid. I'm paranoid, but I want to catch this. And if you missed what I talked about, like I said, it keeps screwing me up on my streams here. I've been trying to make them better, trying to fix the bugs, and I think think all the bugs have been fixed, right? So, right. So if we take the bottom, right? Well, let me see if I got all the fibs out of here. Let me get into like the 1 hour of this and see see if I've got all the fibs in here correctly. Okay, so again, go from the top, right? Goes down to the bottom, pulls back up. I knew it was going to be somewhere around the 70.5 is where it would start shorting again. It's just what happens, right? 70.5 to 80%, somewhere around in there is where it would short. So I haven't put balanced ungap. And if you don't believe me, go to my trading view. I'll even show you right now. Here, it's even pulled up. If you dare short the dreaded crash after the all-time high, right? It's pulling up right now. Right, making sure I'm still on my own internet, considering it doesn't like to want to stay on the internet that I work on. You can see this was drawn on January 20th, right? This is when I drew this, right? So, what I was saying is that it was going to go back up into this area, right? And then drop after that. If you hit play, what does it do? Boom, goes right up into that area and then drops. Exactly what I called for, right? I even had take profit levels and everything all mapped out. Boom. Right? The only thing I didn't anticipate was this to be take profit level 5. Because I honestly thought I was going to start buying again right after take profit level 4. Now, instead, we're down here. So, and I even tell you, you know, why it would do that. But there's a bearish order block just above the unbalanced gap, price of about 13.96. It didn't hit 13.96. It got up to about, what was it? I think it was like 13.90, 13.88. Right, so I was about $6 off of where the entry actually was. But if you would have just gotten to the zone and then shorted while you were in that zone, you would have been okay. That's what I did. I still shorted while I was in that zone, right? They give you a big, long explanation of you know, what I think's gonna happen, and then I show you, boom, hey, this is what actually happened, right? We actually did a good job at calling this short, right? So, but the problem was that I called the long after, and that was my problem. Definitely my problem. So we go back to my trading ideas, and I say be wary of the one final big push, you know, down, which we're still in it. You know, here would be the retracement. And I actually want to watch this just go right through it, because it's gonna happen. Right, so it goes up, comes back down, right, and then actually about touches it. And this is actually, I entered right here, right, because it pulls up, and I actually took profits right here. And then, as you can see, demise, right, going right through where I thought it was gonna go. So now on Ethereum, we are just waiting to see. It looks like it might have hit the bottom. I don't know. I don't trust it. I don't trust it. Why? Because there's a spike right down here. Right? I'm in the hour. Let's get down to the 5-minute. right? There's a spike that went right through here. As you can see, it's causing this to rethink where it's going to go. So whenever you see a candle go right down through something that's a spike, it means there's a gap, right? There's a gap in price from here down to here, right? Once it comes up, it fills that gap, and then now, as you can see, it's starting to retrace. That's why I said I didn't trust it. And I'm glad I didn't trust it. And I'm hoping that the video is actually somewhat watchable for you guys at home, right? Because it keeps going back and forth between excellent connection and, you know, there's some issues and whatnot on my YouTube. So again, waiting for it to get down to the full extension of the short trade, right, that we called earlier, that I called earlier, and I think it'll bounce back right after that. And I think when it's gonna bounce back, it's gonna bounce back, and it's gonna bounce back hard. So I'm actually gonna set a limit. Let me find out where that limit is. This is somewhere on 1045, but that's not right because we are at 1075. It's already got down to 1049. On my end, it looks like about 1048.69, so we may have actually hit the bottom. But what I want to do, just because MetaTrader 4 is different from the likes of what you guys see, so what I want to do, if it would actually let me do it, to the fib, to here, down to here. Again, using the bodies and not the wicks. That's why my show is called Bodies and Wicks. Actually, I'd actually pulled it from the wicks, and never mind. I probably should actually use the wicks on these. Which is weird because in mine, all right, so in here, let me close this up a little bit, pull it down. See, now I haven't called this. I said, look at these equal lows. I said, this is what's going to happen. Then it go down through the equal low, and then it's going to pull back up, right? And then it's going to go back down again. Did exactly that, right? Didn't go exactly as planned as for my, I mean, I didn't mark it exactly the perfect way for the arrow, but You know, I knew exactly what was going to happen. I knew it was going to go through the equal lows, pull back above the equal lows, and then go back down again. Right? Just because it takes traders out that way, right? So here in mine, it pulls up into about this 70 point, I don't know, somewhere in between 70.5 and 78. In mine, it goes past up to 80. But that's the wicks, right? The bodies are somewhere right around that same area. Well, you know what? I'm actually using M30 and not M5, so in here I am using M5. So oops, move that around. Didn't mean to do that. Still, the bodies are a lot higher than what it's showing in here. Or actually, no, maybe not. Because I was showing right the height. It still had its little movements before it goes down to the bottom, and I think that's what I'm looking at. Actually, this is like almost nothing like what I was looking at. Then it pulls up from the bottom. I mean, it just goes straight into that zone. Here, on mine, it pulls way up here, right? Pulls way back down, and then goes back up into the zone. So, I don't know if it's a manipulation from the broker or what it is, but eventually it did get to the 70.5 like I said it would, and then start falling, and then see, this thing didn't even create equal lows. This thing, I wish there was better times on this so I can know exactly what time all this happened. Here, it came down, came back up, fell back down, then came back up to here. Didn't make equal lows at all. Instead of doing this, it just fell right through it. And then made a dark low, right? And pulled back up, right? And then dropped. Well, actually, you know what? I could be wrong. I wish this would give me a little bit more space so I could figure out what was going on. Okay, so, okay, now I'm seeing what's happening. Yep, okay, so I do see the drop, the pull back up, this, and then the gap that it gave, right? And then I actually have it at the wrong low. So it should be down to this low here, right? Yep, there we go. Now it's coming together. Okay. So I was putting it at this low. That's the problem. So it dropped, came back down to this low, slowly started coming back up. Get rid of this guy here. Right. Got into this gap. That's where I sold. Then started making its way down. Instead it didn't make equal lows here though, which is interesting. Instead, this had a little bit of a no, yeah, okay, yeah, it made equal lows. Yeah. Made equal lows, and then this came up and then flew right past down through here, came back up, went back down, pulled back up a little bit. Right now I'm telling the story of Ethereum. Back up, and then now the drop. And that's where we are right now. Except for this had more of a, well, I guess that's what this was. And then pull up, seeing the pull up, right? And then the drop. And then the wavering of the drop. And I'm still waiting to see if it's gonna get to the full extension before it takes off. That's what I would expect it to do, to be honest. Wait for it to get to the full extension before it took off. Now, one thing I do actually want to take a look at instead of Ethereum is Litecoin. And Bitcoin really quick. So Litecoin, I actually had a limit set at 142. Is that right? Must have been a different day, I think. Sometime. Oh no, here it is. 128. So I had a buy limit set for 128. And that's when it came down into here, right? And then came back up. And I actually got out of the trade here before it came back down. So I gained some money on that one. Why did it fall shorter than what I thought it was going to? Again, all the cryptos are falling. I think Miss Janet Yellen has something to do with that. She owes me money. That's all I'm going to say. She owes me a lot of money. She owes it in crypto. Right, so line down here, right? Let's see what's going on. Here, why am I in the 1 minute? Let's go to the 1 hour. Might help out a little bit. Oh, okay, so it's actually created an equal low. Not good. Not good meaning it's eventually going to get below that low. Where is everything? Okay, here we go. Oh, yeah, I already did get below that low. Or wait, I'm already on the hour. December 31st. Okay, here we go. Now we can pull it up. So this one still has a spike below here. I think Litecoin still has some potential, but we'll see. Like I said, have my buy limit set in here. It worked for a little bit. Now, I think it's also waiting on its bottom, or its a way to go up. And I think it might be right around that time. Just because if you look to the left and you see what's going on at the look to the left, well, you do see a bullish order or a bearish order block right here, right? And it's already been tested. It's already been mitigated, right? So for this to actually work would be as if there is another order block within these wicks somewhere in the 1 minute candle to help it move up, or it could just want to move up on its own. I'm very optimistic about our Litecoin right now. Let's check out Bitcoin. Bitcoin is not doing too bad. Well, I guess it is now. Somewhere around 30,000. I thought it would get around 32 before it had a major drop again, or at least in its major drop, it get around 32. And looks like we have definitely gotten below that. All right. And I hit hide again for some reason. I love hitting hide on my Google Chrome app. I probably should be using Firefox, to be honest. Firefox is probably a lot better for these things. So here we go. Here's the bottom of the food chain at 29,300. I think that's a pretty low percentage. I don't know. A lot of weird stuff happening. A lot of weird stuff going on. It is about 7 o'clock, so I'm going to call it a night. I hope this video at least was a little bit better in condition. And again, I want to go back to Ethereum and see where it is at. See if it has hit that that full extension. I guess I'm on the wrong Ethereum. There we go. Still waiting for it to get down to 1034, 1027, somewhere around there. Hope it gets down in there. And then I can buy. I'm not buying until it gets that. That's for sure. Things to watch would be seat shares for some reason. You want a new thing on Amazon, buy a new seat cover. It's a new fad. The new fad of wanting to know what to get. Man, am I tired. I'm not gonna lie. I am extremely tired right now, but just wanted to give you guys an update and let you guys think outside the box and let you guys come up to your own conclusions and checking out my videos, and hopefully you find something useful out of them, and it'll help you trade better. So that's all I got for today, and I shall see you guys soon, hopefully. And remember to well, for one, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, especially hit that subscribe button or like button, whatever it is that helps, cut through YouTube's algorithms, and, pushes me out there so people can see, understand, know what smart money is, and know where liquidity is, know where, places could possibly pivot from. Especially if we look at the dollar, which we didn't look at, but maybe I'll come back on later and we'll talk about the dollar. If in the meantime, you guys can check out the dollar and everything meaningful to it. But for now, I'm going to say peace out, and remember to just always wear your pants. Right, guys? Just always wear them. It'd be freaky if you don't. So just always wear them. Oh, pants. Always wear them. That should be like the slogan of pants, don't you think? Anyways, Ted from Bodies and Wicks saying peace out, good night, and good trading in the very near future. Now, someone did mention something about, buying Bitcoin and then putting it in Ethereum wallet. They said, why? I said, well, so I can stake, Oh, I thought I ended the stream. Never mind. I'm sitting here looking at my phone and I'm like, wait, what's going on? And I haven't ended the stream. So good night, everybody. Love you all. And in the stream, just do it. I'm just gonna end the stream.